To ensure his safety, a novice prison guard is transferred to the women's ward. The trouble of serving in this part will be much more for him, as each female prisoner will try to trap this handsome jailer. Stay with me as I tell you the full story. In a male prison, the story unfolds as inmates engage in exercise. Shortly after, an alarm sounds, signaling for all prisoners to return to their cells. Sam, a prison guard, is blackmailed by an inmate to smuggle illegal items. He's using the threat of exposing Sam to make him obey, saying Sam will end up in the same prison and under his control. Sam, feeling frightened, engages in a fight with the inmate who sustains a severe facial injury. Afterwards, he visits a doctor to examine any head injuries and receives stitches. Sam lies when Tim and the other guards inquire about what happened. According to him, the prisoner had been causing issues for some time. Sam states that he simply told the inmate to go back to his cell, but the inmate didn't comply.
I need something from you, baby. Don't call me that. Get in your cell.
Sam started physical contact, causing the inmate to respond by headbutting him in self-defense. To defend himself, Sam struck the prisoner with a nightstick. They choose to transfer Sam to the tower to ensure his safety from fellow inmates. While on the prison roof a few days later, Sam witnesses something suspicious unfolding in the yard. He relies on a telescope to examine things more closely. Sam activates the emergency alarm as a fight erupts among the inmates. Armed with tear gas, the guards rush in and take positions on the roof while the fight continues. When the altercation persists, the guards discharge warning shots. As a result, the inmates are forced to lie down and, unintentionally, two of them assault another inmate. The fully equipped guards enter the yard and begin restraining each inmate individually. While still on the roof, Sam suddenly realizes his mistake. Warden Mills, along with guards Ed Simmons and Tim, talks about the incident. Tim backs up Sam, but Warden Mills is seething. He insists on finding out why Sam was on the tower and determines his next destination. Tim believes it's best to keep Sam away from the inmates due to his previous attack and injuries. Ed proposes moving Sam to different departments, such as receiving or discharge, or assigning him to patrol the perimeter. Tim continues to defend Sam, questioning the necessity of moving him. Warden Mills overrules Ed and Tim's objections and commands that Sam be transferred to the women's prison, initiating a lockdown.
Lock it down. Let's move him to the women's prison.
Following Sam's transfer to the women's prison, he steps aside as female inmates pass by him, some of whom make enticing moves and suggestive gestures.
I need search, Daddy.
I'm sure you do.
As she enters the classroom, inmate Cherry spots Sam. Marianne McLusky witnesses Sam and Cherry's overly friendly interaction and confronts Sam about his transfer to the women's prison. Sam reveals it was for his safety following an incident at the male prison. Miriam cautions him about the female inmates, who are just as manipulative as the male inmates. Cherry watches Sam at the back of the classroom using a mirror during her lesson on human evolution. The guards in the break room talked about the distinctions between the men's and women's prisons. Sam compares today to a vacation, jokingly likening the men's prison to a jungle. The other guards advise him to wait and observe the outcome once the women are in bed. The dangers exclusive to the women's prison are outlined, and Sam is strongly urged to follow all regulations meticulously. During bedtime, they systematically lock every cell until finding an inmate with a confiscated phone. Sam is told to lock the next cell when he finds Cherry there. She feigns reading a magazine. He checks in with her and asks if she's okay. Her response is positive, and she asks for her cell to be closed. He carries on with his responsibilities. The next day, Sam waits by the classroom door as the inmates walk past. An inmate purposely pushes Cherry towards him. She snatches his jacket and tells him, "I'll see you later." A female guard tells him to get his head straight. Unless otherwise, these ladies will manipulate his desperation. Later that evening, Sam directs inmates to switch off their bunk lights. As he nears Cherry's cell, he finds her vulnerable, stirring deep emotions within Sam as he continues to look at her. Little do they know, their every move is being captured on camera. The following day, Sam finds themselves in the control room. Cherry behaves oddly. In order to go to the infirmary, she fakes a sigh of pain when he approaches. However, she drags Sam into the stairwell where there are no cameras. It appears to be a location frequently used for clandestine meetings. For a moment, Sam attempts to resist. However, he surrendered easily. Afterwards, Cherry displays aggressive behavior. She repeatedly stabs Sam in the neck and cries out for help. She's attempting to create a narrative where Sam is the attacker and she is the one who defended herself. Screaming for help, she emerges from the stairwell. It seems like she is trying to create the impression that she survived an attack from the guard and that her actions were warranted. Due to Sam's inexperience and innocence, the inmates found him to be an easy target given their familiarity with violence. After a while, 2 workshop participants discover that Cherry and Sam never engaged in a fight. It turns out she was playing a role the whole time, and now the boss knows about her deceitful trick. Cherry eventually confesses to the murder she committed, revealing that her intention was to exact revenge on the pervert cop.